Look, now we have 4.
Nice. What time is it?
7:31. There we go. This is the cue that we have to start. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. It's good to see you. Welcome. For those of us still having dinner, please hurry up. We miss you in here. Oops. We're going to begin our service on page 10 with Yedid Nefesh.
Yedid Nefesh Avarachaman Meshov Avdan Eretzona Yarut Sada Kemoya Ishtachave Muladarat Kieram Lo Yediduta Binofetsuv Vechota Igalena ufros aviv alay etzukat shelomar ta'ir eretz mikvoda nagida v'nismecha
Lechun Ranena, page 11.
Lechuneranena, 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 Adonai. Lechuneranena, 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 Adonai. Naria, naria, letzuri shenu, lekadma vana betoda. Naria, naria, letzuri shenu, bizmiro naria lo. Lechuneranena, 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 Adonai. Lechuneranena, 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 Adonai.
Bottom of page 12.
Arba'im shanakut bedor, va'umaram to'e levavhem, vehem lo yadu derachai, asher nishbati ve'api, im yevon el menuchati. Shiru l'Adonai shir chadash, shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz, shiru l'Adonai baruch shemo, bazru meyom leyom yeshuato.
We're going to continue on page 14 at the bottom of the page. Ismechu Hashamayim.
Yismechu hashamayim.
Yismechu Hashamayim.
Yismechu hashamayim.
Yismechu Hashamayim.
Yismechu hashamayim. Betagel haaretz. Yismechu hashamayim. Yismechu hashamayim. Yismechu hashamayim. Betagel haaretz. Yehiram hayam, Yehiram hayam, Yehiram hayam umelo. Yehiram hayam, Yehiram hayam, Yehiram hayam umelo. ישמחו השמיים, ישמחו השמיים, ישמחו השמיים, ותגל הארץ. ירם הים, ירם הים, ירם הים ומלואו, ירם הים, ירם הים, ירם הים ומלואו.
Let us turn to page 18, Zamru Ladonai.
זמרו לאדוני בכינור, בכינור בקול זמרה, בחצוצרות בקול השופר. הריעו לפני המלך אדוני, זמרו לאדוני בכינור, בכינור בקול זמרה, בחצוצרות בקול שופר. הריעו לפני המלך אדוני, ירם הים ומלואו, תבל ויושבי בה, נהרות ינחו חב יחד,
הרים ירוננו,
לפני אדוני קיווה, לשפוט הארץ, ישפוט תבל בצדק, בימים במישרים. ירם הים ומלואו, תבל ויושבי בה, נהרות ימחו כף יחד, הרים ירננו.
Page 20, Romemu.
Nai, 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 yai, dai, 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 nai, 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 dai, dai, yai, dai, 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 yai, dai, 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 dai. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachvu le'har kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachvu le'har kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachvu le'har kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachvu le'har kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu.
Let us please rise, page 21, Mizmor LeDavid.
Mizmor LeDavid, Avu Adonai b'neilim, Avu Adonai, Kavod va'os, Avu Adonai, Kevod shemo yishtachvu l'Adonai habakodesh. Kol Adonai ha'amayim el hakavod irim. Adonai Bakoach ay 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 Kol Adonai Behadar Kol Adonai Shomer Arazim Vayashaber Adonai Et Arzei Havanon Vayakidem Kemo Egen Lebanon Vesirion Kemo Ben Remim Kemo Ben Remim Ay 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 Kol Adonai Hotel Hodesh Kol Adonai Yachil Midbar Yachil Adonai Midbar Kadesh Kol Adonai Kol Yalosh Vayechesov Yeharot Uvechalo Kulo Omer Kavod Ay 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 Adonai Lamavu Yashava Yeshev Adonai Melech Leolam Adonai Os Le'amo Yiten Adonai Yebarek Tamo Bashalom Nai 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 ya lai la lai ya la lai 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 ya lai 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 ya la lai 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 nai 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 ya la lai 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 ya lai 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 lai.
Please be seated. Page 22. If you would, may your mighty right hand undo the knot that ties us up. Mighty Holy One, in your abundant goodness, guide your people. Listen to our pleas. Hear our cries, knowing the hidden depths within us. Ana bechoach.
Ana bekoach, bechoach, Gedulat Yemincha, Yemincha, Tatir Tzerura, Kabel Rinatamcha, Sakvenu, Tarenu, Nora. Ana bechoach, bechoach, Gedulat Yemincha, Yemincha, Tatir Tzerura, Kabel Rinatamcha, Sakvenu, Tarenu, Nora.
Hana bekoa gedulat yemincha, tatit serura, kaver rinatamecha, sagvenu tarenu nora. Nagibor dorshe Yehuda Kevavan Shomrem Barchem Taharem Rachamem Sidkateva Tamid Golem Ana Bekoa Gedulat Yemincha Tatir Tzerura, Tatir Tzerura, Kaver Rinatamecha, Rinatamecha, Savenu Tarenu Nora. Nai 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 nai.
Chadodi, page 23.
Nine, 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 Kala Pene Shabbat Nekabela Lecha Dodi Likra Kala Pene Shabbat Nekabela Shamor V'Zachor B'Dibur Echad Ishmi'anu El HaMichad Adonai Echad U'Shemo Echad Shemo Tiferet Ve'Litchila Lecha Dodi Kala Pene Shabbat Nekabela Ligrat Shabbat Lechu V'Nelcha Ki Mekor Averacha Merosh Mikedem Nesucha Sof Ma'aseh V'Machshavat Tchila
Lecha Dodi Ligrat Kala Pene Shabbat Nekabela
Mikdash Melech Ir Melucha Kumitzi'ia Mitoch Ha'afecha Rav L'Shevet Ve'emek Habecha Ve'hu Yachamol Alai Chemla
Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Pene Shabbat Nekabela
Hinari me'afar kumia Livshi bigdeya Tifartecha mi al yad ben Yishai V'halach mikarva el nafshi Nafshi ge'ala Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Pene Shabbat Nekabela Hitoreri Giva Orech Kumi Ori Shidaberi Gevod Adonai Alai Tikla
Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Pene Shabbat Nekabela
Lo Tevoshi V'lo Tikami Matish Tochachia Umatechemi Bakechesu Ani Yami V'nivneta Iratila Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Pene
Shabbat Nekabela
V'hayu l'shimsa Shosai v'racha kukol Mevalayik yasis alayik Elohayik im schos chatan Chatan al kala
Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Pene Shabbat
Nekabela Yamin u'smol tifrot tzibet Adonai Taritzi al yadish Ben partzi v'nismecha V'nagila Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Pene Shabbat Nekabela Boi b'shalom aterepala Gam b'simcha U'v'tzola toch emune Am segula boi chala
Shabbat Malketa
Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Pene Shabbat Nekabela Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Pene Shabbat Nekabela.
Let us please be seated, page 27.
Mizmor Shir, Mizmor Shir, Mizmor Shir Le'yom HaShabbat, Mizmor Shir, Mizmor Shir,
Mizmor Shir
Le'yom
Tov tov lehodot l'Adonai Tov tov lehodot l'Adonai Ulezamer l'shimcha El
Adonai, ולזמר לשמך עליון.
טוב להודות לאדוני, להגיד בבוקר עבדך, להגיד בבוקר עבדך, באמונתך בלילות, באמונתך בלילות, טוב טוב להודות לאדוני, להגיד בבוקר עבדך, להגיד בבוקר עבדך, באמונתך בלילות, באמונתך בלילות, טוב טוב להודות לאדוני, טוב
להודות לאדוני,
טוב להודות לאדוני,
טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון. טוב טוב להודות לאדוני.
Tzaddik Tamar, page 28.
צדיק התמר יפרח, כארז בלבנון יזכה, שתולי בבית אדוני, אלוהינו יפריחו עוד ינובון ושיבה, נשנים ורעננים יהיו להגיד, כי ישר אדוני, צורי צורי ולא המלכת בו.
Page 29.
אדוני מלך גאות לבש, לבש, אדוני עוזי חזק,
אף תיכון
תבל בתימות, אף תיכון תבל בתימות, נכון כיסך מאז, מעולם אתה, נעשהו נהרות אדוני, נעשהו נהרות עולם, יישאו נהרות ים, מגלות מים רבים, אדירים משפלי ים, אדיר במרום אדוני, אדיר במרום אדוני, עדותיך נעלו מאוד, ביתך נע בקודש, אדוני לאורך ימים, אדוני לאורך ימים, מגולות
מים רבים,
אדירים משפלי ים, אדיר במרום אדוני, אדיר במרום אדוני.
Let us please rise for Baruch, page 39.
Nay nay na 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 nay 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 na 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 nay nay, ya da 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 da, ya da 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 ya da da, nay nay na 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 nay 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 na 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 nay nay, ya da 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 da, ya da 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 da. Baruchu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed. Nai nai na 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 nai 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 na 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 nai nai ya na nai 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 ya na nai nai ya na nai 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 na 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 nai 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 na 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 nai nai ya na nai 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 ya na nai nai ya na nai Uma'avir yom u'mevin laila umabdil ben yom uvein laila Adonai Tzevaot Shemo Adonai Tzevaot Shemo El Chai V'Kayam Tamid Yimloch Aleinu Le'olam Va'ed Baruch Ata Adonai Ha'ma'ariv
Ahavat Olam, page 40.
Ahavat Olam Beit Yisrael Amcha Ahavta Torah u'mitzvot u'gimul mishpatim Otanu limadeta Al kein Adonai Eloheinu V'shokbeinu Nasiach bechukecha ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד. כי הם היינו באורך ימינו, באורך ימינו, ובהם נגד יומם ולילה. ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל. שמע ישראל את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושינתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך ובביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרת מאוד על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבת על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. ועם שמוע תשמעון מוצאי שלום יוצאים שמלואים בנים כך לבריכם מסעת בדברים ושמתם את הברית. ביום הלילה שלמון אבל בני ישראל ואמרת להם למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
We continue praying Mi Chamocha, page 44.
Nai 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 nai. Nai 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 nai. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה. מלכותך ראו בניך, פוקע ים לפני משה. זה הליאנו ואמרו, זה הליאנו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. ניי 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 ניי
Let us please rise. Sorry, no rising. Ashkivenu, page 45.
Ashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, ve'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim.
Ashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, ve'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim. Ushmor tzitzeinu, uvoeinu,
lechaim ושלום, מעתה ועד עולם. השכיבנו אדוני, אלוהינו לשלום, והביטנו מלכנו לחיים. השכיבנו אדוני, אלוהינו לשלום, והמיתנו מלכנו לחיים.
ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך. ברוך אתה אדוני, הפורס סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ועל ירושלים.
השכיבנו אדוני, אלוהינו לשלום, והמיתנו מלכנו לחיים. השכיבנו אדוני, אלוהינו לשלום, והמיתנו מלכנו לחיים.
Now we please rise for Vashamru, page 46.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות מרית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות מרית עולם.
בנינו ובני בני ישראל, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות מרית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות מרית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות מרית עולם. ושמרו
בני ישראל
את השבת, לעשות את השבת לתותם לברית עולם. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברה קידוצי ועמלק מלכותי, בחייך וביומך ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב ויאמרו אמן. יש מרבה מבורך מעולם ולעולמי עולמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר וירומם וינסה ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתעלה שמי קדושה בריחו לילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דמירן בעלמא ואמרו אמן.
We continue praying the Amidah silently while standing, beginning on page 47. If you finish praying the Amidah, please be seated. We're going to continue with Shalom Rav, page 51.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki ata
Shalom, ki ata umelech Adon, lechol hashalom, shalom Rav al Yisrael. טסים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, טסים לעולם. וטוב בעיניך לברך את עמך ישראל בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, טסים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, טסים לעולם. טסים לעולם. טסים לעולם.
May the one who creates peace on high bring peace to us and to all Israel and to all who dwell on earth. And let us say, Amen.
Hosei shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen. Hosei shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen. Hosei shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen. Hosei shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen. Hosei shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen. Hosei shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen.
Kaddish Shalem, page 54.
Yitkadal v'gerashem me'raba, ve'almad divurak yiruteh ve'amlik malchuteh b'chayechoni v'mechoni v'chayechol beit Yisrael ba'agala uvizman kari v'meru. Amen. Yehi shmei raba mevarach, le'alam olal me'almaya.
Yitbaharak.
Yitbarak v'yishtabak v'yitpa'ar v'ram yinaseh v'yithadar v'yitale v'yitalav shemini grisha.
Brechu.
Le'ein lamin ko brakata v'shirata, tushbekata v'nechmata damiran me'alma v'imru. Amen. Kavatzlo tahon va'utahon to kol Yisrael, ko dama v'hon v'shamaya v'imru. Amen. Yehi shalom arav min shamaya v'chaim alinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Hosei shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru. Amen.
Shabbat Shalom. You know, there's a Hebrew word, minhag, which means custom, right? So when you go to a different synagogue, they ask you, what's your minhag? What is your custom? What do you do about this? What do you do about that? You know, how many hours do you wait after you eat meat to eat dairy, that kind of stuff. And I was thinking we have a new minhag in Las Vegas. We've invented our own minhag. which is we celebrate Purim 5 times a year. If anybody's watching us tonight, through the stream, and they see that we're wearing all of our jerseys, they probably think that we are a little early for Purim, and they probably think that we're in the wrong month of Adar. The truth is that when we came up with this idea of having Pirate Shabbat and then Cowboy Shabbat and now Jersey Shabbat, and I'm not going to give you a hint of what we're going to do next, but it has to do with the Force and stars. So, we're having all of these different themes. We really never dreamt of taking the place of Purim. But since Purim is coming up, I think it's very fitting that we're dressed tonight in a special jersey and special garb. I have to tell you, though, it couldn't be more fitting to the Torah portion that we read this Shabbat, Parashat Tetzaveh, because it's a Torah portion where we are actually told about the vestments of the Kohanim, the way the priests actually wore the priestly garments when they dispensed the duties at the tabernacle and later on at the temple in Jerusalem. And if you look at the Torah portion, it is so detailed that it's very easy to get lost in the details of the vestments of the Kohanim. It talks about the belt, the turban, the breastplate, of course, with different stones. It talks about the underpants, or actually the pants that were under the tunic. You name it, we have it. It's like a fashion for priests festival, this week's Torah portion. And I think there's a lot to be said for the way we dress when we come to synagogue, or the way we dress when we do certain things in life. But there's a special message on this parsha. It goes beyond the obvious. There's one garment that is missing from the list. The Torah specifies everything except shoes. The priests were meant to dispense their duties barefoot. And think about what they had to do. I mean, they were not just standing on the bima like we are, they didn't just pray. These priests were glorified butchers. They had to deal with bulls and with animals that were of great size, and they slaughtered them at the altar, and they dismembered them, and there was blood all over the place. So they really had to be in top shape, and they really had to deal with this in an incredibly powerful way. And there were no shoes. There was a problem, right? They could sleep. What if there was a stone underneath, or the ground was not even? And the rabbis of the Talmud tells us that this is by design, that actually it's intentional, that God meant to leave the priests barefoot because God wanted them to know and to understand what other people felt when they stepped on the ground barefoot. That's to say that priests had it all, right? They were from really a privileged class in biblical Israel and in ancient Israel. And they were meant to feel like regular people that had no shoes every time they dispensed their duties. Because sometimes it is easy for you to completely forget who you are and to get completely lost in the pageantry of what's taking place around you, that you forget that there's other people amongst you that actually feel and see things in a very different way. Look, I think that we all, in modernity, are used to judging others in a very unusual way. We turn on the TV, for example. We watch the Olympic Games. And I'm just going to tell you what happened in my house. It's me and Liz, right? 2 Mexicans watching ice skating. Really, honestly, there could be two less qualified people to judge ice skating than the 2 of us. Because, before we came to the United States, I don't think we've ever seen an ice skating rink in our lives, right? That's something that people down south, they just don't do it. I mean, and we had one Mexican ice skater, these Olympic Games, he got disqualified right away. Because this is, again, there's no snow there, but we're watching it. And oh boy, are we judging it. But oh my God, that was very difficult. Well, the degree of difficulty is not as bad as the other one. And could he do the triple and quadruple jump? And we're talking about these people like we actually know what we're saying. It's really mind-boggling. After 2 hours, you would think that we were Russians, right? that we actually, not only my grandparents came from Kiev, but I came from Kiev. And that I actually can judge this, and I know the ins and outs of the sport. But the truth is that we know nothing, but we judge. And that's not only true about the Olympic Games. We do that with everything. All of us. We judge. Never once trying to really step into the shoes of the people that we're judging. And that's, by the way, why the priests wore no shoes. Because they were meant to feel what poor people felt. People who didn't afford shoes, who couldn't afford shoes. They were meant to feel what common people felt every day, at least for a couple of hours. There's something to be said for this tradition. Because Judaism is a religion that actually not only understands, but encourages empathy. More than once, we are taught that we need to place ourselves where others are. And we need to try to understand their lives the way they are living them. Al tadun et chavercha shetagia lemekomo, the Pirkei Avot says. Do not judge your fellow until you're standing in his or her place. And the message from this Shabbat is especially important. Because only when we understand and feel what others feel can we really appreciate what we can do with our own lives to make the world better and other people's lives better. Look, and I know, have you ever been at a restaurant and they pour you a glass of wine and you just go like this? I've done it. I'll confess. I have no idea what I'm doing. I go, yeah. Has tremendous body. And then you go like, wow. It has legs. Yeah. If you give me Manischewitz, Old Spice, or real expensive wine, it makes no difference to me. That's an exaggeration, right? I can taste the Manischewitz. But seriously, we cannot pretend to be experts about everything and everyone around us. Each person, each human being has his or her own problems and qualities and things that they're struggling with in life. And we cannot judge them like we fake judge the wine in a restaurant. That is not fair. So once in a while, I want us to go through this exercise. Remove our shoes. Feel the ground. Get grounded. By the way, on Yom Kippur, it is no coincidence that we are traditionally advised not to wear leather shoes. The original idea is to be barefoot, because Yom Kippur is a rehearsal for our own death. The original idea is to be so immersed in humility that we can see our life in a completely different perspective. So once in a while, not only on Yom Kippur, it is important to remove our shoes and to feel the ground in which we stand. Do you remember that scene in The Fiddler on the Roof when he's singing, "If I Were a Rich Man"? And then he says, I'll have a place just by the Western Wall, and people will come and seek advice because when you're rich, they think you really know. Look, if Tevye could see us, he would say that we're all rich, that we all live in prosperity, and we all know it all. And the truth is that we know nothing. So once in a while, my friends, let's remove our shoes and walk a couple of steps without them. See how it feels. And then understand those around us. Shabbat Shalom u'mevorach. May I please ask us to rise? We're going to continue on page 73 with the Chatzi Kaddish. Actually, Shalom Aleichem. I understand that. I'm on the plane. Yeah.
Oh, this one's...
Page 73, Shalom Aleichem. Did you break it? You broke it? Oh my God, Renee just broke the bima.
You broke the...
Here. You can take my Renee.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Yeah.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Amlachim, Kadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Amlachim, Kadosh Baruch Hu. Barguni L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Amlachim, Kadosh Baruch Hu. Tzeitem L'Shalom,
Malachei Shalom,
Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Amlachim, Kadosh Baruch Hu.
We're going to continue praying Kiddush, which can be found on page 55. I'd like to ask all the children that are with us this evening to please come up to the bima for Kiddush for Shabbat, page 55. And you're lucky, Renee, this is fresh wine.
and it's good wine.
It's actually good, yeah.
Yeah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava u'ratzon hinchilanu, zikaron le'maaseh v'reishit, ki hu yom tehillah le'mikra'e kodesh, zecher letziat Mitzrayim, kivanu b'charta, ve'otanu kidashta, mikol ha'amim, v'shabbat kodshecha, be'ahava u'b'ratzon, hinchaltanu, Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh hashabbat.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. We're going to continue praying Aleinu, page 56. Page 56.
Sorry, I'm chewing.
See, this is the problem of being on the beam and eating the challah at the same time. Don't choke. Take your time. I mean, not so much time.
Yeah, I'm ready. Aleinu l'shabech l'adon hakol,
Latei gedula leyotzeh bereshit, shelo asanu kiyei haratzot, velo samanu kimishpechot hadama, shelo sam chalkeinu kachem, vegor aleinu kechol ha'onam, v'anachnu korim, umishtachavim umodim, Lifnei melech malachei hamlachim, hakadosh baruch hu, sheim l'tei shamayim ve'hosed aretz. Okay, nekveh lecha Eloheinu. Kakatu b'toratecha, Adonai yimloch le'olam aved, v'nemar v'haya Adonai le'melech al kol haaretz,
Ushemo,
Ushemo,
Ushemo Echad. Please be seated. Following is a list of yortzeits at Temple at Shalom for the coming week. Toro Becker, Esther Verkovice, Sam Block, Jean Bowling, Arlene Chaplin, Jack Entrader, Samuel Feinstein, George Friedman, Regina Ganka, Fanny Gold, Joseph Goldstein, Morton Gottesman, Samuel Hager, Rose Heisen, Edward Kanan, Andrew Katz, Florence Lynn Landis, Sandra Levine, Robert Lewison, May Moshkin, Benjamin Ornstein, Max Post, Sam Racin, Pearl Riesman, Shay Rosenblum, Ira Rosenmertz, Fred Rosoff, Joseph Rubinstein, Jerome Schwartz, Howard Schwartzer, Richard Selznick, Sarah Sklar, Hyman Sperling, Ruth Steinberg, Bella Toshin, Pearl Wenger, Irving Waxman, Arthur Weissman, and Bessie Wollman. Mourners and those serving yortzeit, please rise for the Mourners Kaddish, page 58.
Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
Ve'alma divra kirute ve'amlik malchute. V'chayechon uvyamechon v'chaye dechol beit Yisrael. Ba'agala uvizman kari ve'imru amen. Yehe shmei Rabbah mevorach le'alam olalmei amaya. Yitbarak v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yit hadar, v'yit ale, v'yit halal, shemei d'kudesha
Brichu.
Le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, da'amiran be'alma ve'imru, amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru, amen. Osei shalom imrumav, hu ya'asei shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru, amen.
Amen. Please be seated. I'd like to call upon Elliot Blut, member for the Board of Directors, for the announcements. Your choice.
Well,
With you, your choice.
If it's before, it'll be longer. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you to Rabbi Goodman, Rabbi Hodson, and DJ for leading us in services. Well, Rabbi Hodson wasn't here tonight.
Well, he was with the kids later.
That's true.
So he did
that's
his-
right, earlier. Okay.
Yeah.
Please join us tomorrow at 9 for Shabbat morning services. This Sunday is Worldwide Wrap. If you have wanted to learn about tefillin and how to wrap it, come learn in the Steinberg Chapel at 9:30 following morning minyan. R-Rated Torah with Rabbi Felipe Goodman and Rabbi Rana Matlow will explore texts that seem controversial but are rewarding when studied with passion and insight. This rabbi's Tish will be on Saturday, February 26th, following services. Torah Fund Brunch honoring Brenda Katz, Flora Mason, Lillian Radomski, and Faye Steinberg will be on Sunday, February 27th at 10:30. RSVP to Melanie Greenberg. Purim Carnival will be on Sunday, March 13th from 11 to 3. There will be carnival games, obstacle courses, jump houses, cirque performers, more Golden Knights jerseys, a raffle, and more. Benefits will go to USY and youth programming. Superhero Megillah will be read on March 16th. If you thought wearing a team uniform was fun, imagine being your favorite superhero. More to come. It was teased.
No, let me tell you.
Yes?
I'm still trying to get. Were you here? I've been going through a whole ordeal trying to get a Spider-Man suit that fits me.
Impossible.
Well, we found a website where they're going to make me one my size. Then you're going to have to be here to watch me wear the spandex Spider-Man uniform.
March 16.
So people were asking me what kind of Spider-Man I'm going to be like. The black Spider-Man, purple Spider-Man, the vintage Spider-Man, just fat Spider-Man. That
red,
seems
though,
to be
right?
my costume.
But in red, though. It's got to be red.
Oh, yeah, the classic one. Vintage.
Okay.
I'm gonna climb the ark.
March 16.
Yeah.
Following services, please join us in the large social hall for Oneg. And if you know of a temple member who is in the hospital, ill at home, or in a nursing home, please contact the temple office to let us know. Shabbat Shalom.
So I really never thought it was going to be so hard to get into a Spider-Man costume. Look, it's spandex, but spandex only goes so far.
It's not that stretchy.
I got the XXX from Amazon. I mean, what else do you want from me?
Nothing.
The mask fit me perfectly.
I can't wait.
The mask was perfect.
I made sure not to get a spandex costume because I knew better.
There's only one problem with the Spider-Man mask on Purim. You can't drink with the Spider-Man mask.
You'll find a way.
Okay,
You'll find a way.
I'm already thinking about it.
So I see a lot of post-B'nai Mitzvah students here tonight. If you have a post-B'nai Mitzvah student anytime after their Bar Mitzvah that want to read Torah anytime, please have them get in touch with us. We'd love to see them read either on a Shabbat morning, maybe on a morning minyan or something like that. We have plenty of availability for Torah reading and Haftorah reading as well. We'd love to see more of you guys read.
Now we're getting back to normal. It'll be great.
Now we're getting back to normal. So nice to
Let's
see
see
so many people's
Let's see how
faces.
long this lasts. I really hope. Right, yes. Let's not jinx it. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
It was going
okay.
so good, Rabbi. It was doing so good.
Yes. Okay. Okay. I'll shut up.
Yeah.
We're going to conclude our service with El Olam, page 211, followed by our special blessing.
Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'terem Kol Yitzir Nivra, Le'nasa, V'hefso Kol Azai Melech Shemo Nivra, V'acharei Yitlot Hakol, Levado Yimloch Nora, V'hu Haya, V'hu Hoveh, והוא יהיה בתפארה, והוא אחד ואין שני, להמשיך לו להגבירה, בלי ראשית, בלי תכלית, ולא העוז והמזרח, והוא אלי וחי גואלי, בצור חבלי ויצרה. Umanos li menakosi beyom ekra beyado avkid ruchi be'tishan be'aira be'im ruchi giriati Adonai li velo ira na 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 Nine, 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 nine. Big Yishakoyak for Renee Sullivan for helping join us.
Thank you, Renee.
Thank you, Renee.
Always really great to hear you. Let us please come together at this time and join. Let us come together. Let us enjoy the blessing of beauty and light of Shabbat.
Yevorechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha Ya'er Adonai panav elecha Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yaseh lecha shalom Yevorechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha
Adonai Yosle Moiten, Adonai Yevarech et Amo Shalom, Shabbat Shalom Mevorach.
Od yevo shalom aleinu, od yevo shalom aleinu, od yevo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Od yevo shalom aleinu, od yevo shalom aleinu, od yevo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam shalom. Salam, salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam shalom. Od yevo shalom aleinu. Od yevo shalom aleinu. Od yevo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam.
What?
Odevo shalom aleinu, Odevo shalom aleinu, Odevo shalom aleinu, ve'al kulam. Shabbat shalom.
Thank you. I'll take another sip. Just kidding. You messed it up, though. I want to try it.